Thanks, Justin. We are cooking our final Thanksgiving meal before Thanksgiving, which is Thursday, and we won't be here, so sadly, we won't have any last-minute meals for you. But today we're making the grand finale, the dessert.
Right, the pumpkin swirl cheesecake. It's sort of like a pumpkin pie and a cheesecake mixed into one. It's delicious.
So you won't have to run to the store in the last minute. Easy, 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 and
I
delicious.
actually had everything in my cabinet.
Really?
So
Okay, awesome. Well, tell us what we need. See if we have it in our cabinet.
Okay. You will need, for the crust, you need 1.5 cups of ginger snap crumbs, a 1/2 cup of finely chopped pecans, 6 tablespoons of butter melted. And for the filling, you're going to need 16 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/2 cup plus a 1/4 cup of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, 3 eggs, 1 cup of canned pumpkin, 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg.
Okay, I think the only thing I would be missing is the pumpkin and the ginger snap. I think I have pretty much everything.
For some reason, I had a bag of ginger snaps, so
yeah,
it made everything easier.
Why not? All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to put this all together, and it's going to taste like fall, just taste like Thanksgiving. It'll be a delicious, delicious end. All right, so stick around. We'll come back and cook with W a little bit more. Don't go away. Welcome back to Sunrise. We're cooking with the W, and Shannon is here to make our final Thanksgiving meal.
Yes, my favorite. This is my fall dessert. Certain people have things they make certain times. This is mine.
Okay.
Fall,
I have a Christmas dessert. Every year we have to make it. So this is your fall dessert.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, so we're going to start. I'm going to let you go ahead and mix up the crust. This is the ginger snaps I just whirled in the food processor. 1 bag of ginger snaps will give you about 3 cups, and you make 2 cheesecakes if you want to. Okay. And then the 1/2 cup of pecans. Once again, I did those in food processor too.
Can you get these in this size? And, because we've used those before. The ones like in the candy aisle. Yeah. Or the cookie aisle.
And then the melted butter.
Okay. Do you need to cool this, or does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
You can just add it in there already.
And then just mix this all together until it's all wet. And I had to go ahead and pre-mix some of this stuff just for the sake of time.
Okay.
So in the mixer, I put my 2 things of cream cheese.
Okay.
The vanilla.
Yeah, you said 16 ounces. That's 2 blocks.
2 8-ounce blocks, right? Just regular size. So the 2 blocks of cream cheese, the sugar, 1/2 cup of sugar.
Right.
And then I take that. Yeah, it was a 1/2
cup.
The vanilla, and then the eggs, and we mix them all together. And then
that's kind of a basis for a lot of
all of them start out that same way. It's basically your New York cheesecake.
Right.
And so once that's done, it's going to be a nice, smooth, kind of beige. Looks like this. So I pulled out a cup.
And that tastes good, if you wanted to know.
It is tasty. I've been looking at my spoon.
Okay, you want me to go ahead and put this in here, or you want to do that first?
You can go ahead and do that. All you need to do is get a springform pan, and you do need to grease it. I think I left that off on the recipe, but just dump this in, and then just use the bottom of a spoon or a bowl to tap it down pretty tight. So I took 1 cup of the batter out that I made, the plain batter. Everything else I left in the mixer. Into it, I'm adding my 1 cup of pumpkin. Not pumpkin pie filling. This is just canned pumpkin.
Is it puree? It just says canned pumpkin.
Yeah, just pumpkin puree.
Pumpkin puree, okay.
And then the rest of the sugar goes in with this. We need to sweeten up the pumpkin a little more.
Okay.
And then our nutmeg and our cinnamon.
Nutmeg is essential for anything you make in the fall,
and
isn't
cinnamon
it?
too.
Yeah,
it has that nice, warm, homey feeling. So we're going to just pull our mixer back up, or you can use your hand mixer.
Okay.
And we're just
probably not by hand though. Probably be a little difficult by hand.
With the cream cheese, you've got to have an electric mixer. All we're going to do is get this together. It doesn't take long at all to mix the pumpkin in. And then that's perfect.
All right.
So all you want to do is make sure it's nice and tight.
I just wanted you to see I didn't put anything on the cabinet or on the table
very
here.
neat today.
I know.
Very
Thank
clean.
You.
So this will go in the oven at 350.
Okay. You want to bake that before you put the pie in there.
Right. For 10 minutes. Now, if you have a nut allergy, or you just don't like nuts, you can substitute the nuts with graham cracker crumbs.
Okay.
So that's what I did in this one. So it looks a little bit lighter, but 10 minutes, it's going to be kind of firm, and you do need to let this cool before we pour our batter in.
Alrighty.
And that's
springform pans work so well, especially with these graham cracker cuts, because you can get the ones that are store bought, but these just always seem to taste so much better.
Oh, they are
homemade, and they're just as easy. You might as well make it from scratch.
It doesn't take any time, and that can bake while you mix your batter together.
Okay.
It doesn't take any time.
Yeah, make this, put it in the oven while you're doing that. Make your batter. Perfect. We're so efficient around here.
We are. So I'm just going to mix this up. And this is what you're looking for. It just looks actually like pumpkin pie batter.
And what a pretty color.
So you can either do one of 2 things for the marble look. You can alternate, put a scoop of this and then a scoop of this. I usually just pour the pumpkin pie batter or pumpkin batter in.
Okay.
And then we'll put little dollops on top.
Okay.
And cut a knife through. And a lot of people are intimidated by cheesecakes. You shouldn't be. They're
Okay.
really, really easy. As long as you have a springform pan, you've got the hardest part
Right.
already.
I love cheesecakes. They're one of my favorites. My mother actually has a recipe called No Fail Cheesecake. I'm glad she's not watching today. She did yesterday. But it took her 3 times to get it right. Yes.
You poor
3.
mom.
But she's mastered it now. She's very good at her No Fail Cheesecake.
Okay, so you're just going to pour in your pumpkin batter. Now we're
Okay.
going to take our reserved cup of batter from the first
Okay.
mixing, and you're just going to do little spoonfuls. And when you drop them in, kind of use your spoon and mash it down to let it work down into the other batter.
Okay.
Because actually your pumpkin batter is a little bit thinner. So this one's a little bit heavier and it'll
Okay.
go down in pretty
And you
easy.
don't want it just on top. That's why you want to push it down to get
Right.
it all the way through the pie.
Just push it in. And these freeze really well, so if
Oh, do they?
you want to make them for Christmas or
Yeah.
today.
Those would be good gifts, wouldn't it?
The only thing about giving a gift as a cheesecake, you know, the bottom of your springform pan, I still haven't perfected not using the bottom.
Okay.
And you never get your bottom back.
Okay.
So you take your
understand that.
knife,
Okay.
and we're just going to cut through.
Okay, and we're going to swirl this. You just swirl it around. Can we get an overhead shot on it just to get a look at it? It's so
No.
pretty when you do that. No? Okay. Oh, there we go. So you just swirl it there with a knife. All right, and then we stick it in our oven at?
350 for 55 minutes. That's
All
it.
right. We'll come back and try this out, but first let's check in with Justin.
Or wimps like me.
That's what Bill's
It ain't
doing.
happening.
Bill's going shopping early, right?
Yeah.
Sure you gotta go.
Online.
Shopping for some more
Fantastic
Alabama
shit.
memorabilia.
Yep, so this is what it looks like when it bakes.
It looks so professional.
Okay, you
It
need to
really
make
does.
sure, take your knife, and you're going to need to run it around to separate anything that might have stuck before you take the side off.
Okay.
And then you unhook, you just pull that off.
People aren't going to believe you made this at home. It looks
It's like
so
a cake
good.
belt.
It's like what?
It's like a cake belt.
Sure.
It's something
A
like
cake
that.
belt.
Cake belt. Yeah.
And after this cools to room temperature, you do need to put it in the fridge.
Okay. Is it
Right.
better
Does it
served
look
Like that.
cold?
Is that- can I do that?
And it's better cold.
It's best served cold, like most cheesecakes.
And revenge.
Do you think they have this recipe at the Cheesecake Factory? 'Cause I bet it's better.
I bet it is too.
Revenge.
That's
Thank
what Thanksgiving's all about.
Getting ready
Revenge.
for the family, aren't you, Shannon?
Oh yeah, going to my mom's. Apparently my father has made my son a giant
Pumpkin.
race car bed.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
Gracious. That
This
would be
is
good.
delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I'm
good.
going to eat that whole pie.
No,
It's
'cause I want-
interesting too to see how it's kind of stacked up vertically. You know,
Yep.
like you had said, that the one part was a little thinner than the other, and they both kind of settle in with each other. So
This is my favorite.
So
Good.
now we have
Welcome.
completed your Thanksgiving meal.
We're
Pretty
going to
much.
start Christmas soon.
We need to.
Next week we'll start.
Because, you know,
Christmas
Christmas is never
stuff.
really during Christmas week. It's usually like starts in December and goes on through January.
I
People
thought-
coming over and family.
One
so
month
that'll be
from
good.
today.
that's
It
right.
is a
Oh
month
my
from
gosh,
today.
it is.
1 month from today.
Very exciting.
You know what we'll have to make? Some hot toddies.
Yeah.
I've never had a hot toddy.
You haven't? All right.
Well, you need to find a good recipe.
Is that hot buttered rum? Is it
That-
the
that'd
same
be one
thing?
of
Sort
them.
of. Yeah, that'd be one of them.
Okay. Nothing says
So you've
morning
heard of
show
it.
like drinking.
Yeah. It is a little early.
If you need the recipe, go to my website, shannonlindell.com. It's right there,
And
ready to
the
print.
dressing recipe, and what was the first
Sweet
one?
potatoes,
potato.
Casserole.
corn
or
pudding.
Souffle.
everything
Fresh
you
salad.
need except the turkey.
You can figure that out.
Thaw your turkeys out today, if
Very
they're
good,
not
Sean.
already.
Very good.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, come back with more in just a moment. You're watching WCBI News Sunrise.